Together we are invincible. Save the world from wars. Save the world from breaking apart. Save us from losing our hearts. Save us from losing our souls. Save us from losing our souls. Save the world. Save the world from wars. Save the world from breaking apart. Save us from losing our hearts. Save us from losing our souls. Together we can save the world. Together we are invincible. Save the world from wars. Save the world from breaking apart. Save us from losing our hearts. Save us from losing our souls. Save us from losing our souls.
morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Clap your hands, clap, clap, clap. Stomp your feet, stomp, stomp, stomp. Spin around, spin, spin, spin. All right. Good morning, good morning, good morning. 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 Wash your hands, wash, wash, wash. Shake your hands, shake, shake, shake. Brush your teeth, brush, brush, brush. All right. Good morning.
You know, it is a good morning, too. It's not just a song. It is not just a song, it's a way of life. Good morning in that. It's Uncle Lou here. Yeah, that's right. It's me, Uncle Lou. Live for you on LouTube today. Thanks for watching. This is the morning show with Uncle Lou and BBD. He will be joining us here expeditiously. He'll be here in just a minute, and a special guest up today for you guys is Michael G. And I believe this is his first time being on the show, so we'll play 20 questions and pin him down and interrogate him like it's some sort of Law and Order episode or whatever the case. We'll get to know him a little bit. BBD, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. Proceed with your monologue.
Yes, the morning announcements, very important. Up on the show today, 2 important dates I think we need to start really looking at for college football. Talk about that a little bit. What else can we talk about today? I think I'm going to start doing this just briefly on the morning shows to get it out of the way so we don't end up talking about it the whole time, because I think a lot of people are getting bored of talking about it. But the coronavirus thing, I'll just pull up the CDC site or whatever, and we'll just go over the numbers. They are what they are, and then we don't have to spend a whole lot of time
Great idea.
talking on that. So, yeah, 2 important dates for college football. Not a lot of college football news today, but 2 dates I've been hearing on TV and reading in articles. 2 important dates I think we need to start keeping an eye on for college football. We'll do the coronavirus numbers. Michael G is coming on as a special guest. And I thought about doing another moment in BVD history today. And we may end up sort of doing something like, normally we do like a moment in BVD history or a moment in LouTube history where we go way back on one of our 2 channels and find a video from the month that we're in now, so March, but from years and years and years ago. In the case of BVD, your channel goes all the way back to 2010, BVD, is that right? Or 9?
8, but
8,
yeah, 9.
Okay. 8, but 9.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
not 10. I think
Right.
that makes perfect sense. Mine goes back, I think, to 2013 or 14, but not 15.
But 12.
Yeah. So instead of like usually I already pick out a video from one of our 2 channels from way back in the archives and I play it. Instead of doing that, I've got BVD's channel pulled up here, and what I did is I sorted his videos by the most popular on his channel. And I think everyone knows his most popular is that cow tipping video. And we'll watch that one if that's what the people want to watch. But so anyway, we're going to scroll through like the 20 most watched BVD videos of all time or something. And we'll let the comment section just pick one out based on the title alone.
I like that. We should do that with you too.
Yeah, we'll do that. Of course, I would have to. Oh, no, I wouldn't. Never mind. My videos are on private on my main channel, but if I pull the videos up under, on my channel, I still see them all. So we could still do that. So, yeah, we'll do that. We'll do you today. We'll do me tomorrow maybe. So, anyway.
Sounds good.
You doing okay this morning, BVD?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, good. All things considered, that's great. I am too. I'm doing good this morning too. A lot of people will be doing, most people are probably doing okay this morning, but most people are going to be doing a lot better in a week or two. Yep, that's right. The good people up in the United States Senate, BVD, in the middle of the night while everyone was sleeping and no one was looking, went ahead and passed that stimulus bill. No one knows what's in it. Let's be honest, regardless of what people are pretending to cry about on Facebook, no one cares what's in it. All they care about is, when am I getting the check? That's all they care about. Anyway, most people are probably aware of that. But anyway, if you make under $100,000 a year as an individual or under $200,000 a year as a couple, okay, you're getting something from the government. What you get depends on exactly what you make. Basically, if you make under $75,000 as an individual or under $150,000 as a couple, you're going to get $1,200 per person and $500 per child. If you make between $75,000 and $100,000 as an individual, or between $150,000 and $200,000 as a couple, you're going to get some amount less than $1,200. So, but you still get something. So that's how it'll work. If you file your taxes electronically, the IRS is going to be who's in charge of handing this money out. So if you filed your taxes, electronically, of course, the IRS already has your banking information for deposits, for refunds, or whatever. That's how you'll get your money. For the people who the IRS does not have bank account information on file, you're going to have to wait longer to get your money because they're going to send you a physical check in the mail. So most people are probably on direct deposit by now. So you'll be getting your money sooner rather than later. Now, the House of Representatives still has to pass this thing, but it looks like that will happen very quickly. They're not even going to make the House of Representatives is on a recess right now. Which, why does it seem like they're always on recess? But anyway, so a lot of them aren't even in Washington. So how can you vote if you're not there? Well, instead of doing an actual vote, you can do a voice vote, basically just a yay nay thing. You've probably seen this before. Everyone in favor say yay, yay. Everyone opposed say nay, nay. They can do a voice vote, and as long as no one challenges the voice vote, they can do it that way, and not everybody has to be there for a voice vote. So that's the plan, is for the House of Representatives to have just a voice vote, pass this thing. And I'm not going to get into all the details of the bill. Like I said, you can pretend to be pissed off that the Kennedy Center is getting $25 million if you want to. We all know you're really not mad. You probably think the Kennedy Center is a shuttle launch thing, like you don't even have any idea what you're mad about. But bottom line, it passed the Senate unanimously. No one voted against it. President Trump has come out in total support of the bill as written. So no matter how much crying anyone is doing on Facebook or Twitter about how they don't think it's fair that such and such is getting $25 million when the bill is well over $2 trillion total, to anyone that's pretending to cry about those things, suck it up. Trump is still your president.
Well, according to Trump, this is all going to be over in a couple of weeks, right? Or something like that.
He's getting an unfair rap for that. And again,
I'm not giving him grief for it. I'm just saying that's,
Well, I enjoy giving Trump grief, just like I enjoy giving anybody grief who I think deserves it. But in this case, he's getting an unfair rap there. It's clearly better. The sooner we can get back to stores being open and all that, clearly the better. I don't blame Trump for being optimistic. You know, the same sort of thing happened when he started touting this experimental drug that might work on COVID patients. And, you know, people jumped all over him. Oh, it's not even approved. There hasn't been enough studies. He's not, he knows that, but I mean, he's just trying to give people some hope and optimism. You know, I mean, you got people that's
who
laid
needs
up,
that,
you
right?
got people that's laid up in hospital beds, and basically the doctors are telling them there's nothing we can do. You know, you're going to die, and you're either going to die tomorrow or you're going to die a week from tomorrow. So, you know, he's just trying to give people hope. And the same thing with wanting to open back up by Easter. Now, I think we all know that things are not going to be back to normal by Easter. But if there's certain, you know, if there's certain things that can open back up or certain places or whatever, why is that a bad thing? It's not. So he's getting a bad rap. He's getting a bad he's getting a bad rap for that. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being hopeful and optimistic. I mean, listen, the president has all kinds of advisors around him, right? So in the situation that we're in now, you really have two groups of people that are advising him. You have the health side and you have the economic side. I mean, those are two huge problems right now. The COVID thing is a huge problem, and because of that, we have a huge economic problem. So he's got a group of health advisors, you know, talking in his left ear all day long. Shut everything down. This is terrible. This is the end of the world. That's their job. They're the health people. That's their job. Then you got the economic people talking into his other ear. We need to start to get some things open. The economy is tanking. We got to get things back up and running. That's their job is to focus on the economy. So, you know, of course they're telling Trump that. The health official's job is to focus on the health of the country. So, of course, they're telling him that. And then it's Trump's job, just like it's every president's job in any crisis or whatever, to listen to all sides, and then ultimately he has to make some sort of decision. I mean, this is just always how it works. But I don't think anyone thinks that Trump or anyone else thinks that we're just going to be back to normal on Easter. But jumping all over him, 2 weeks, that's not enough. We know that's not enough. He knows that too, but come on. I mean, let him. There's nothing wrong with people are so pessimistic. I'm guilty of it too. You know, watch my Georgia videos. Hell, we win 11 and a half games a year, and all I do is cry. So,
there's that faction of people that like to take everything literal anyways. So that just gives them something to piss and moan about.
Two funny college football memes I saw yesterday, both having to do with the coronavirus. I wish I would have got them onto the computer so I could show them. But the first one is two pictures, and I sent this one to you, BVD. The first one is two pictures, and the first picture is on top of the meme, and it's is Brian his first name? Maurer?
Yeah, Brian Maurer.
Okay. The Tennessee
that was
QB,
hilarious, by the way, you asshole.
The Tennessee QB who ended up starting the game against Georgia, played quite a bit last year, wasn't considered the starter for the whole season. But anyway, you guys remember he started against Georgia, and he took that massive hit on a corner blitz from Eric Stokes, and he got hit basically right in the sternum. Now, all it did was knock the breath out of him. That's the good news, you know, because it looked really bad when it happened, and then we all saw what happened on the sideline. But basically the meme is that quarterback. It's Brian Maurer. He's back in the pocket. He's standing tall. His arm is cocked. He's ready to throw the ball, right? Good-looking picture. And the title of that picture is Coronavirus If You're Young and Healthy. Then on the bottom of the meme is a separate picture of where he collapsed on the sideline, and the coach is grabbing him by the collar and trying to pull him up, and he looks like a limp rag doll. That picture is on the bottom of the meme, and it says, Coronavirus if you're old and unhealthy.
I tell you what, man, there's probably 5 dozen of those pictures from Jarrett Garantano they could have used in that meme.
Yeah. If you want to see if you go to my Twitter page, which is @CrazyUncleLou, if you want to see, I posted it on Twitter. I think it's my most recent tweet yesterday, but if you want to see that meme, you can go look at it. But the other one that I've seen that's pretty funny, and I've seen this one done with a couple of teams, but mostly Georgia. But it's a picture of the national championship trophy pushed all the way over to the left side of a blank picture, and then pushed all the way over to the right side of that same blank picture is a Georgia logo. And it says, "This is what social distancing looks like." I've seen it with several teams. I mean, I've seen that one with Tennessee too, a bunch of teams. But I've gotten tagged a lot in Facebook and Twitter and places like that with the Georgia one where it's
I'm
just
sure.
got the Georgia logo like as far away as you possibly can be from the national championship trophy, and it says this is what social distancing looks like. So
If you can't, it's kind of harkens back to the old saying: if you can't choke on yourself, if you can't laugh at yourself, you can't laugh at anybody.
yeah, and I mean that's so true when it comes to college football too, because if you can't learn to roll with the punches, sort of, when it comes to jokes about your own team, it becomes difficult to be a college football fan in public.
Hey,
But
there's
you know,
plenty of people like that though that can't, just absolutely cannot
yeah,
hear jokes about their own team.
it's like when I hell I had a 1980 T-shirt designed and made, and I just like hell if
Yeah,
that's all they're
people
gonna
love that
if
thing.
that's all they're gonna tell me all the time, then I'll just have a T-shirt made with 1980 on it. I just
I
it's
hope I
great.
live long enough to get one for 1998
Well,
or 79. I actually thought about getting one because of you always giving a shit about 79.
well, that was a good year for Tennessee basketball.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe we'll give a shirt away today. We haven't done that in a while. Let's do that. We'll have to do it through the PayPal thing since we're still a couple of weeks away from being able to turn on the super chat feature. But the PayPal link is posted in the description of this video, so we'll do it the same way. Every $5 or whatever will get you in, and then towards the end of the show we'll give a T-shirt away. So it doesn't have to be the 1980 T-shirt. If that's the one you want, you certainly can have it. But I think most of you know the shirts that are on there, but there's a Lou Tube shirt, there's the Uncle Lou TV repair shirt, Team Asshole, 1980. There's several. What I'll do, whoever wins, I'll just send you a link to the Uncle Lou store. You can look around and just tell me what shirt you want. So I think most of you know how this works. If you don't, though, I'll post a link. I'll post a link in the description right there to the PayPal. But this is a new channel, guys, so we don't have the super chat turned on yet. But not long, though. The numbers are looking good. Shout out to you guys for that. Normally we do this through super chat. Today we're going to have to do it through PayPal. But every $5 that's given through PayPal will get your name entered in the drawing at the end of the show, and we'll give a shirt away. So $5 gets you in, $10 gets your name put in there twice. Blah, blah, blah. It's simple math from that. $15 three times, whatever. You get the idea. And at the end of the show, we will draw a winner. Any BVD? BVD, tell the people about your show last night for the ones of them that weren't able to watch.
Yeah, we had a former All-American from Tennessee, Travis Stevens, on the show. His original plan, he texted me and said he could probably stay for about 30 minutes. And I said, well, you never know. You might like it so much you'll stay on longer. We had him for almost 2 hours. So it was really a lot of fun, a lot of good questions. Everybody was very well behaved in the comments, too. And that was the most impressive part. A lot of good questions.
Even me, I was behaved?
Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, you were well behaved, actually.
Okay.
But it was a lot of fun. We learned a lot last night about several things. So.
Yeah, if you guys didn't catch BVD's live show from last night, if you get an opportunity this afternoon or later this weekend or whatever the case, go back and watch it. If you're like me, you don't have to be a Tennessee fan. You don't have to be a Travis Stevens fan. You don't even necessarily have to know who Travis Stevens is, but he played for Tennessee from 1997 or 1998 to 2001 or 97 to 2001.
97 to 2001.
Yeah, 97 to 2001. So he was at Tennessee during some huge moments, both for Tennessee and in relation by Georgia. And let me explain. He was at Tennessee in 98 when they won the national title. He was at Tennessee in 2000 when Tennessee played in Athens and Georgia beat Tennessee for the first time in 9 years, and the goalpost came down. And he talks about that on that video. I asked him about it in the chat, and he talked about it. He was at Tennessee in 2001 when Georgia traveled to Knoxville, and that was the hobnail boot game where Tennessee scored. I think it was Travis Stevens, actually.
It was.
Okay, yeah.
Travis took a screen pass and went like 60 or 70 yards.
Yeah, so you Georgia
to put us
fans
ahead.
who remember that game, we were up late. It looked like we were going to win, no problem. And Tennessee scored on like a 60 or 70-yard screen pass. That was Travis Stevens. That's who was on BVD's show last night. Well, they turned around, kicked the ball off to us. David Green marched us right down the field to basically the 1-yard line, right, BVD? And that was the famous hobnail boot play where David Green play action pass and dumped it right over the middle to Veron Haynes.
Wide
open in the end zone. One of the most is probably the most famous single play in Georgia football this century. There's not very many Georgia fans alive who don't remember that play.
And it's mainly because of Munson's call of it.
Yeah, legendary call by Larry Munson. That's where he coined the phrase right then and there on the spot, hobnailed boot. But anyway, and he told a ton of other stories too. He talked about recruiting. He talked about some of the big games he played in at Tennessee. What it's like to be a college football star on a big time college campus. Anyway, you guys know I love listening to stories like that from players, even from students who were at a particular school 10, 15, 20 years ago and have called into the show before and told stories about, drinking a beer with whatever player one Friday night while they were in college, or eating running into AJ Green at McDonald's and eating a hamburger, whatever. You guys just know I just love stories, like firsthand stories I'm a college football fan. I can talk about college football all day. I don't have any stories to tell you about what it's like to walk into biology class and sit next to Matthew Stafford. I don't have any stories about what it's like to run out of the tunnel at Tennessee through the Power T, or to break through the G logo and run out onto Sanford. I don't have any stories like that to tell, but I love listening to people who do. It's one of the reasons I really like having Jeff on, the guy that he's in the comment section, but he lives in Iowa. He's a sideline photographer for college football. He has stories he can tell that I would never be able to tell. He has perspectives and insight that I would never have. That kind of thing just has always fascinated me. It was a great show. You guys really need to check it out.
My favorite part of that whole show last night, Lou, was when I asked him, Georgia, Florida, or Alabama, which put those in order as far as your three biggest rivals. Which one do you hate the most? For instance, do you hate Alabama the most? His answer was classic. He said, "Why would I hate Alabama? I never lost to them." That was great.
Yeah.
That was great.
It was it was really, really good. It really was. You guys and Travis Stevens was good too. I mentioned this to BVD last night.
He was ready, man.
He was comfortable. You could tell that he, sometimes you see interviews or even hear interviews with ex-players or whoever, and you can tell it's not something they're used to doing. They sound uncomfortable. They're not open. He was very open. He was very open. You could tell he was very comfortable. You could tell he was, used to being on camera. In fact, he has a YouTube channel that he's trying to get off the ground. So you can tell. Anyway, just check it out. I could talk about it for an hour, but you guys just watch it if you get a chance. I really think you'll enjoy it. Like I said, you don't have to be a Tennessee fan. You don't necessarily even have to know who Travis Stevens is. Just the stories that he can tell.
Skip the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, skip the first 10. The first 10 minutes are hashtag professional. I just warn you now. But once Travis Stevens comes on about 10 or 15 minutes into the show, it's really, really good, and I hope some of you will take the chance to check some of it out today. It was really good. And BVD and Carter, I thought, did a good job, too.
Appreciate that. Somebody had a good idea last night, Lou. We need to get hashtag professional shirts.
Say no more, fam. Say no more, fam. I'll have them. I'll have them designed today.
Good deal.
Yeah.
If I ever start putting merch on my channel, that's definitely going to be one of them.
All right, and while we're talking about college football, we'll go ahead and get the rest of it out of the way too. But there's two dates I think we need to keep in mind One of them we've known for a while, and that's April 15th. Of course, April 15th, everyone already hates that day to start with because that's the tax deadline day. Not this year, though. They've pushed it off. Thank you, Uncle Sam. I don't have to send my tax money in till July 15th this year, so Uncle Sam giving me 3 extra months to pay because of the Rona. But anyway, April 15th is normally tax day. Well, right now, at least within the SEC, April 15th is the date that all activities have been canceled through, right? So, we know nothing is happening prior to April 15th. Now, there's no guarantee of what will or won't happen after that, but right now, a couple of weeks ago, the SEC made the announcement, everything canceled through April 15th. So, soon, I'm assuming we will find out what, if anything, is going to be scheduled to happen after that. I read an article with a guy that interviewed Nick Saban, and he said, well, when this stuff first started, we were thinking, well, maybe we can at least hold team meetings via like teleconference and even teleconference workouts with certain players that we're trying to work on for certain things or whatever. Well, when the NCAA canceled all activities through April 15th, that meant they weren't able to do that. They're not even allowed to do the video conferencing or anything with the players. So it's just a total darkness through April 15th. We'll see what happens after that. So that's a date I think we need to look at. The other date that I keep reading this, and this is nothing official that anyone has put out or anything, but I've talked a little bit about how, the season starts September 5th, but it's not like the kids can just show up on September 4th and say, okay, here we are, let's play football tomorrow. You need a certain amount of time before that to work up to get game ready, to get these kids in shape so they won't go out there week 1 and half the teams are getting half their players injured. I'm reading a lot that July 4th is a date that the NCAA and the leagues, the conferences, and the schools are looking at if we want the season to start on time and to go on as scheduled. In other words, if we want to have a regular, normal college football season like we thought we were going to have a month ago, the teams have got to be practicing by July 4th. That's the date I'm hearing, which would give teams basically a 2-month window to work up to the start of the season. I think summer camp typically doesn't start till the 3rd week of July. They're looking at letting teams start earlier if the corona thing is, enough cleared up by then.
If it is cleared up enough by then, I wonder if they would maybe give them an extra 15 practices.
That's
wonder
why.
if that's
Well,
something they're looking at because of spring.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's part of the July 4th thing, because if the teams are able to start meeting on or around July 4th, that will be 2 weeks sooner than when organized team activities are normally starting. And so they're saying, well, you can consider that sort of the makeup for what you missed in spring. Now, a question that's going to have to be answered at some point between now and then, and you mentioned it at the top of the show with President Trump making some statements about, Easter or maybe this part of the country can open back up and this part can't. I'm going to use Syracuse as an example. New York is in really bad shape. What do you do if around June or July that's sort of the situation we're in, where they look around and they go, in the Midwest, this corona thing, it never really caught on. Things seem to be okay there. There's no reason things can't get back to normal in Iowa and Nebraska and Oklahoma. Okay, great. Apply that to football, though. But what if Syracuse can't practice in July? But Oklahoma can, or Clemson. We'll stick with the same conference. Let's say for whatever reason it's completely cleared up in South Carolina by July, but New York is still ate up. How do you handle that? How do you how do you say, okay, Clemson, you can start on July 4th, but Syracuse, you can't start till August 4th or whatever. So I still think we're a long way from knowing how this thing is all going to play out. I'm still optimistic that however bad it gets, and I do think it's going to get worse over the next couple of weeks, especially than what it is right now. But I'm still optimistic that college football will go on as planned.
Yeah, I think that for you and I, that's the over optimistic part of our character. A lot of the talking heads and people in power are starting to really get squiggly about this thing and really getting worried about it. But I'm like you. I still believe something in me just tells me, that we're going to have a full college football season. It may not be, with full allotted practice time, but I still think we're going to have football as per normal.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. Like the selfish part of me, I would say shut everything down right now. Like literally everything except hospitals, grocery stores, and police departments or whatever. Just the absolute bare essentials. Leave them open, but everything else mandatory. Entire nation. Because my goal would be just to get rid of this thing as quick as possible. Of course, you can't look at it. There's too many other things to consider, the economy, all that other stuff. So I'm not even, promoting that as an idea that I'm in favor of. But if you're selfishly looking at it from just a college football perspective, that would clearly be the best answer. Shut everything down, get rid of this thing in 3 or 4 weeks, and let's get college football back up and rolling. But, of course, there's, college football is not the only thing to consider, even though to a lot of us it's the most important.
Here's how I'm looking at it.
Because I can, I work from home on YouTube, so they shut everything down. So again, I'm just I'm half joking as from like a selfish perspective, because it wouldn't affect me at all. They could close everything down. I'm still going to be in my garage yelling into this camera and whatnot. I get that there's a lot of other considerations, so I'm not actually suggesting that. I'm just saying when it comes to purely a college football point of view, that clearly would be the way to go.
I'm looking at it like if this thing is let's just say it's still really bad come late August and 1st of September. You know that yellow suit and gas mask you've been wearing in videos?
Yeah, I know.
Hand out about 100 of those to each college football team and suit them up.
Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah, there's a movie idea for you.
Oh my God. We got some entrants in the T-shirt giveaway. Let me shout these out real quick. Again, if you just tuned in, we're gonna give a T-shirt away at the end of the show. It's $5 to enter. Hit the PayPal link in the description of the video, or when you see one of the mods posted in the comments section, just click that PayPal link. Every $5 gets you entered into the drawing at the end of the show for a T-shirt. So $10, 2 entries. You guys know how these giveaways work that we do. So Mitch all day, thank you, sir. He says, don't forget about that chess game tonight. Yes, sir. We're gonna play chess again after the night show tonight. I'll talk about that in just a second, Mitch. Thank you for supporting the show, and we got you down for the drawing at the end. Timothy M., thank you, sir. Great show. Keep up the great content, guys. We're doing our best. I know a lot of people are bored and schedules are rearranged right now. Everything's up in the air for a lot of people. Me and BVD are doing the best we can to keep to give people at least some sense of normalcy by coming on here and acting like complete idiots for you, just like we did before the coronavirus ruined everything.
Idiocy shall not be quarantined.
Exactly. Celine Driver, thank you, sir. He says, 2 entries for me. I got no other comments for you. I can't think of anything else to say. Good morning and to you.
He said it all already.
He said it all, buddy. Thank you for supporting the show, Celine Driver. Chris T, thank you, sir. Oh, it's Bears, Cubs, Canes. Thank you, sir. He says, I hope my package stimulant comes soon. Stimulus package, I mean. Keep doing what you're doing, sir.
I like stimulant. That's a better word.
He says, by the way, I'm an extra large. Good luck to you, sir. I hope you win. Of course, I hope you all win, just per usual. And Michael G., we're going to give you a call in just a second here, sir. He says, I'm ready whenever y'all are. Yeah, we're going to give you a call in just a second. Let me just finish wrapping up whatever pointless information it was I had to talk about. Let's do this real quick. Here's the coronavirus numbers. These are the latest numbers I can find. Now, there's different agencies that update their numbers at different times during the day. So, if you looked 5 minutes ago and the numbers you see are different than this, great. But these are the numbers I found about 30 minutes ago when I came out here to get ready for this show. So, total number of cases per state. This is how I wanted to look at it today. Sort of a top 10. Everybody loves top 10 lists, right? Guess who's not in the top 10 of this poll, just like they haven't been in the top 10 of any poll in a long, long time? Tennessee. Tennessee can't even make it into the top 10 coronavirus poll. This is alarming. But, of course, coming in number one this week, leading the way, this was our preseason favorite here, BVD, and they started out number one. I take that back. They were the preseason favorite, but they actually started out number two. Washington actually got out to a lead early in the coronavirus season, but New York is running away with it now with just over 33,000 cases reported so far.
Jesus.
Now, this is number two is a surprise only in that it's a state that doesn't get talked about a lot, but considering its proximity to the number one coronavirus state, not so much of a surprise. But note New Jersey coming in at number two with just over 4,400 cases. So again, New York State, 33,000. The next closest state, New Jersey, just over 4,400. So that tells you how bad it is in New York compared to
Yeah,
everywhere else.
those are generally considered one and the same.
Yeah, and you say, well, New York's a huge state. New York City's the biggest city in America. True. LA's the second biggest city in America, though. California comes in third, and they have just over 3,100 cases. So New York has 10 times the number of cases as California. Alarming. But California coming in third this week in the coronavirus top 10. Washington, who started out the coronavirus season ranked number one because of the nursing home incident out there, has fallen to fourth. So still a playoff state, but currently fourth in the coronavirus poll with just over 2,500 cases. Number 6, Michigan. No surprise here. We're about halfway through coronavirus season. No one's surprised to see Michigan. Close to the top here midway through. Now, if they manage to stay at or near the top at the end of the coronavirus season, that would be a miracle because we've seen this movie before with Michigan. We all know what's going to happen. They're going to fall off the last few weeks of the season. It's just inevitable. Florida actually comes in at number 6 this week in the coronavirus poll with just over 19.
Who's fifth?
Fifth was Michigan, like I just said.
You said 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Michigan's fifth. Sorry.
Hashtag professional.
Yeah, Florida's sixth, though. So Florida comes in sixth. A little disappointing, I think. Of course, Florida's crawling with old people.
Wait. Did Florida win their division?
No, come on, stop.
Okay.
No, the divisions are different here. But Florida, this is a little disappointing for Florida in my mind. They're crawling with old people. You would think they could do a little bit better than 6, but that's where they're stuck right now. 6th place, just over 1,900 cases there. Illinois, unbelievable. Now, you talk about coming out of nowhere, no one saw this coming. Chicago's a big city, though, so maybe you have a few insiders who were able to cash in on this early. But Illinois, sort of a surprise here in the top 10, coming in 7th this week at 1,800 cases. And what about Massachusetts? Man, unbelievable. Small state, but again,
the unforgotten
Boston.
state.
Yeah, but again, the Boston area. You're talking about big metropolitan centers here, which start out, of course, if you have a huge metropolitan center in your state, like a New York, a Boston, and L.A., you sort of start out with an advantage even in the preseason over some of these Midwestern states that the quote-unquote flyover states that don't have a lot of huge cities. So here's Massachusetts. Louisiana, so we have our first southern state. No, Florida is not southern. Don't even try it. But we've got Louisiana coming in next with almost 1,800 cases. And how about this? Georgia cracks the top 10 this week. Just over 1,300 cases, 1,387 cases for Georgia. So Georgia in the top 10 and climbing. And I'm going to go ahead and make a prediction right now. As you know, Uncle Lou lives in Georgia. I have my ear to the ground here, BVD. I'm predicting right now that by this time next week, when we update this poll, that Georgia will be higher in this poll. I would not be surprised to see Georgia overtake Louisiana, Massachusetts, and Illinois by this time next week.
Well, you do know that Georgia, I'm sure you know this, Georgia is ranked number 1 in the zombie count.
Yes. I remember reading that somewhere.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Uh,
But Alabama fans, don't be upset. You are close behind at number 2 in the inbred count. So, there's hope for you guys to be number 1 in something.
Yeah.
Before this season's all said and done.
So there's your coronavirus top 10 for this week. Just to recap: number 10, Georgia; number 9, Louisiana; number 8, Massachusetts; number 7, Illinois; number 6, Florida; number 5, Michigan; number 4, Washington; number 3, California; number 2, New Jersey; and number 1, New York State. For anyone curious, Tennessee is 15th.
Nick, sir, no, number 1 would be West Virginia in that, sir. Have you not seen the movie Wrong Turn? Thank you for trying. Play again another day, sir.
The hills have eyes.
Yes.
All right, let's I wonder how many people that pissed off treating the coronavirus thing like a top 10 poll.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Some people just don't have a sense of humor, even when it comes to pandemics.
Yeah.
Only here do you get this kind of revolting entertainment.
All right, let's add we're gonna add Michael G to the show. So BVD, if you'll hold tight just 1 second. Hold tight, my brother.
Holding tight.
Hold tight, my brother. All right, here we go. We're gonna add Michael G to the show now. Figure out what his problem is this morning. Hopefully he has one. I'm pretty sure he does. Is this the right number? Seems weird. We'll give it a shot. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. I don't know.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning, and this is Uncle Lou here.
Lou, what's going on, man?
What's up, buddy? Hold on 1 second. Let me add BVD back to the call. He needs to hear this. Yep. Let me see if that works. Yeah, BVD, you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, that worked out good. Good morning, sir. But this is your first time joining us here on the morning show with
It
Uncle Lou and
is.
BVD, so we appreciate you taking the time to do it. We're going to extend you the same courtesy we extend everyone else, especially their first time on. But go ahead and introduce yourself to the people listening and watching. You can give as much or as little information about yourself as you want, but I would ask that you at least let them know what name it is that you go by in the comments section so that they know who they're listening to, and then let people know what team you're a fan of. Any other information you want to give in terms of, what you do for a living, or, family man, or college, are you in college, whatever, all that's up to you. Go.
All right. Well, first off, let me say thank y'all for having me on. I mean, it really is an honor. Second thing, my name in the comments is Michael Gill. I guess I missed the memo where you're supposed to come up with some kind of cool ass nickname. I guess, and it's probably too much work now to try to change it. So
Now, just tell us who your team is, and we can probably come up with one for you.
Well, BVD, I don't think you're gonna like it very much, but Lou probably will. I'm a Georgia fan. I have been all my life. Grew up here. I live down in South Georgia. Down on the coast.
Oh, okay, nice.
Hard to beat. I mean, it's a pretty good place to live, and the coronavirus, it ain't made it here too much yet. I think they have one case, maybe in like the county over.
Yeah.
So it's hard to beat, man. So like I said, I go by Michael Gill. Most of my friends call me Gill. Gill's my last name, and I don't know. There's I guess so many people. I was born in the 80s, and so I think my parents just picked the first name out the baby book. So there's a ass people named Michael. So
we'll call you Gil too. We consider you a friend here.
Hell yeah, that sounds
call
great.
You Gil too. So you live on the coast. So do you live more towards Florida or more up towards Savannah area?
So I am basically right in the middle. I live 29 miles from the Florida line.
Okay.
And so I'm not far from Jacksonville, but I'm probably 29 miles from Jacksonville and and probably 35 miles from Savannah.
Yeah.
So I'm right smack in the middle between the two.
What's the closest beach to where you're at?
St. Simons.
Okay.
St. Simons
okay.
and Jekyll Island.
Yeah.
I know everybody comes down for Georgia Florida weekend. You've at least been to St. Simons once or twice, but yeah, I'm right here, just a little bit north of there.
Okay.
So it's an absolute wonderful place to live. I wouldn't live nowhere else other than the daggone sand gnats is pretty bad this time of year.
Yeah.
But anyway, like I said, I'm a Georgia fan. I grew up a Georgia fan. My family's all Georgia people. It's in my blood, I reckon. I mean, there ain't many things. I'm kind of worried to death. Before y'all started really talking about it, I didn't even consider the fact that this coronavirus could potentially wreck up college football season. If that is the case and that happens, I'm not real sure what the hell I'm gonna do.
I hear.
Gil, I don't think anybody considered that when this first started.
No, but it seems like every day that goes by now, you're seeing and hearing more and more news articles and mentions on TV and stuff of the what if,
right?
What if? And I actually heard a comparison yesterday between the NFL and college, and they said the NFL is a business. The NFL season will go on even if it's without fans. They're like those games, the NFL is going to play. College, they were saying they don't think college even has that option. A lot of colleges can't afford to play without the revenue they make from home games and attendance. Ticket, the gate, whatever you call it. They would still get the TV money. But
your blue bloods are going to be okay because of the TV money, but
yeah,
your lesser known, I mean, God, there's how many Division I colleges now? I mean, the Georgias and Tennessees and the SEC teams, they're going to be fine because of the money generated from the SEC.
And then think about the trickle effect of that, because even the small, the smaller colleges that you're talking about that have other athletics, those athletics mostly, even at your big schools, football supports a lot of the other smaller athletics that are net losers financially. Football obviously makes a killing, and everyone talks about that all the time, how much money is made and all that. It supports a lot of those other sports. So if football season were to not happen in college, it could have a trickle effect, on down the road. And
Absolutely.
I'm wondering if you wouldn't see, they've already had Wall Street got their stimulus thing. Now we're getting this other stimulus thing. The airlines are getting something, to cruise industry, to hotel. I wonder if you would see Congress come up with some sort of college bailout, for lack of a better word, where if there is no college football season, if you end up in a situation where the government has to almost bail out some colleges from all that revenue they're going to lose. Hopefully it doesn't come to that and we get to see some college football this year, but I do think it's becoming more of a possibility that we don't.
I've thought a lot about this, and to be honest with you, I believe the more I think about it, the more I consider it, I believe I'd rather have no college football season this year than have a season without non-con game. Basically a bastardized season to me. I would just rather. But then you have to factor in all these kids that are on scholarship. Maybe you just extend, like you act like 2020 didn't happen. And maybe, I don't know what the options are there, but then you think about these high school seniors. I mean, Lou, I know you're a Georgia fan. We signed this McConkey kid who no one had ever heard of until his senior film came out. And then it was like, this kid, he basically got a scholarship to play football because of his senior film. And how many kids are going to miss out on that if there's no high school football this year, or no, that really sucks for those kids. I feel terrible for them.
Well, you've already got, high school seniors this year and this school year that have, that they've lost the last 4 months of their, not just their, they're getting the homeschooling, but they've lost the last 4 months of their athletics. They cannot get that back.
Right. And that's devastating, man. That really, I hate it because, as adults, I think we're going to be fine as an American people. And, uh, I think we're going to come out of this it's going to suck. And not to be political at all here, but, by doing this stimulus stuff, I mean, we're basically just printing money. So, I mean, there's going to be a ripple effect from that as far as, the dollar value and things like that are going to be affected by this in the long run. But I'm worried about the kids, man. That your senior year, you can't get that back. That's even just the hanging out with your friends and enjoying, that last year of high school. Those kids will never get these moments back, and that sucks. I really hate all that.
Yeah, and you could be talking about kids losing their senior year and possibly their freshman year.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a mess. I mean, this is probably stating the obvious, but this is a hugely historical moment in our time that 100
Oh
years
yeah,
from now,
I think
people are going to be talking about this.
I think you asked Lou last week. Is this going to make the history books? And I think now we have to all agree that it most definitely is. I mean,
There's no question now.
Yeah, for sure, without a doubt. Let me. I got to go get a refill on my coffee, but let me read a couple of more comments that have come in over on the PayPal page. Let me see. Where did we leave off? Alan V. You are entered into the giveaway, sir. Don't forget, Alan. There is a way. Excuse me. There is a way to attach a note. When you do the PayPal, you didn't, and maybe you didn't want to, and that's fine. I just I like to make sure everyone knows that you can do that. Chris C, thank you, sir. He says, no need to read this, so I guess I should stop now. Yes, the answer to your question, Chris C, is yes. Mr. Bad Dog, thank you, sir. Appreciate having you. I kind of like this. This has been a good benefit of the shutdown, is having Bad Dog in on these morning shows. BVD.
Yeah,
he's
been a frequent flyer.
He's been a frequent flyer in the Uncle Lou comment section on these morning shows lately. It's an honor to have you here, Bad Dog. If there's anybody that's not subscribed to Bad Dog, I don't know what they're waiting on or what they're doing. The guy, listen, I probably can't name 10 NBA players. I'm just not I'm not an NBA fan at all. I watch those Bad Dog NBA, and it's not just that. He's a huge Giants fan. His football channel started as a football channel. It's mainly a football channel, but the guy's just entertaining. I mean, you could watch him. He could read the phone book, and it would be entertaining to me. But so check him out if there's a reason you haven't. But he says, I just want to say love the show. Thanks for giving me something to listen to every morning as I try to keep the walls from closing in around me. But normalcy, there ain't nothing normal about you two mooks. Really appreciate you guys, and have a good morning. Thank you for the
bad choice of analogies, Tyler P. in the comments.
What did he say?
He said Bad Dog is the next EDP. I know what he was talking about as far as subscribers, but he apparently doesn't know the history of EDP and Bad Dog.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on Bad Dog to make a video called "I blew up the toilet at Olive Garden" or whatever, some Italian restaurant.
At the gym.
EDP has the one "I blew up the toilet at Chipotle" or whatever. Bad Dog's coming out with one called "I blew up the toilet at Carrabba's." Bad Dog's
Speaking of EDP, he has announced his streaming schedule. He's finally gotten on board with streaming. So, never seen one of those train wrecks.
The only thing he needs to figure out now is how to turn on slow mode in his chat section. He really needs to figure that out. I've only had to do it a couple of times, but it's a lifesaver when you need it. You get over 500 people watching a live stream, you need to turn on slow mode in the chat section. If I could give EDP any advice, that's what it would be. Learn what slow mode is, and then learn how to turn it on.
All he's got to do is learn how to read twerk, fart, and a couple of other ridiculous things those people leave on there for comments.
Yeah, he's something. All right, I'm gonna let you two professionals handle it for the next few minutes. I'm gonna go inside and get a refill on my coffee, but never fear, I'll be back soon for you.
All righty. Gil, you've been listening to Lou long enough, and I've been hanging with him long enough. Why does he not have a coffee pot in his
You know,
garage?
I was thinking the same thing earlier this week. Uh, Maybe we should pass the hat and buy him a second coffee pot out there in the garage because every morning, man, it's without maybe that's his way of stepping out of the spotlight and giving the guest host and you a chance to shoot the shit, I guess.
That could be. I get in a word or two every now and then when he's here.
What's funny, man, and I've said this before. I think I said it in a super chat once before, and I used to hate Uncle Lou, man. When I first found him, like years ago, I was not a fan. Uh, I until this off season, when recruiting started really slowing down, and I was kind of starving for content. I was just flipping through, and I saw where you guys were doing a live morning show, and flipped it on, and I was like, well, damn, this is because there's a Uncle Lou the character, and then there's the Uncle Lou the person, and the character he portrays in his videos is not who he is, on the morning show and even on the nighttime show. And so, man, I love the format that you guys use with the chat rooms and the call-ins, and man, it's right up my alley.
We appreciate it. A lot of people that are have just learned about Lou and myself in the last couple of years probably don't know. It's been I can't remember how many years ago. Lou and I had a little. I'm not going to say blow up or anything like that, but we had a little brief run in with each other over another YouTuber.
Was it the Notre Dame guy?
No, not at all. This
okay.
is before that. This
I'm
goes
not-
back probably 5 or 6 years.
I'm not talking to
And
him.
yeah, I got you.
I'm
I
not
got you.
talking to him.
They're not talking to each other.
I'm not talking to him.
But yeah, we had a little brief thing, but we worked through it, and there's been moments where I've wanted to strangle Lou, but it was only because of his Tennessee comments.
What was that? Was that the Gator booth thing?
No, the other Gator.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So clearly that was not a big deal.
No.
Well, see, like, I didn't find out about you, BBD, until I watched the morning show. I'm a homer. I love college football as a whole, and like right now, I would settle for a Conference USA game, at 10:30 on a Thursday, or a Pac-12 game right now, even. But
Well, you can get that on the Pac-12 network.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can get a Conference USA style game on the Pac-12 network.
So I'm a Georgia homer. So like the content that I like, I'm not one to listen to, other teams' fan bases talk. But since I've found the morning show and found your channel, and I've started, looking. I mean, I think right now I'm kind of like Ricky Bobby was in Talladega Nights. I don't really know what to do with my hands, being that we don't have any sports. and so, I'm checking out all these YouTube channels, and I think everybody's kind of doesn't know really what to do. I had this real extreme suspicion that with this quarantine and everything that there were going to be a lot of babies born in 9 months, but after seeing this homeschool thing, the only babies that are going to be born in 9 months are going to be only children, or at least first children, because anybody that's got kids right now definitely ain't trying to have some more.
Yeah, they're begging for this to be over.
Oh yeah. I have 2 kids myself, and the submitting this homework is an absolute nightmare. I didn't realize how complicated, and it's mostly, I don't know if it's just local to our school system, but the interface of the website that they use just does not make any sense at all. And I mean, I'm not much help on the math homework now because they do this Common Core stuff. I know that's a touchy subject, but uh, I'm just not cut out for the homeschooling thing. I don't have the patience, I guess, to do this, and it definitely makes me definitely reconsider my thoughts of ever having more children.
We got lucky sort of here with the way our school system decided to handle it, because they stayed open a few days later than most people thought they should have at the time, including a lot of the parents around here and stuff. But what they did is they took those 2 or 3 days and they showed all the kids exactly how to log into everything, which sites to go to. They made sure all the kids knew how to work all that online. Basically, they knew they were going to close. They hadn't announced it yet, but they knew they were going to close on a certain day. And so they took those last 2 or 3 days. So we've been pretty lucky here in that, like the first couple of days, you know, I was going into my kid's room like every 30 minutes. Everything okay? You logging into everything fine? Are there any issues? And there was a few hiccups in the first couple of days. You know, a couple of links weren't working, or this login wouldn't work, and we'd have to send emails back and forth to the teacher. But since those first couple of days, I mean, they're pretty much on their own routine now. They get up. I let them sleep a little bit later than a normal school day now, but you know, they get up, they eat breakfast, and each of them go right in their room, and they're typically done with all of their work by lunchtime every day. And they haven't run into any issues since that initial, you know, first couple of days. So we've been pretty lucky here.
Well, for me, I'm pretty fortunate in the fact that my kid's mom is a school teacher, so she's able to help them with that. But then when I have them, it's like, and my kids are pretty young. They're both less than 10 years old, and so it when I have them, that's when it's chaos, you know, just because I'm not familiar with it. And, you know, their mom basically handles it when, you know, she has them, and I'm actually going to get them this weekend. And so we got to do schoolwork Friday. And so I'm not really looking forward to it, but, you know, we'll get through it and it'll just be a thing. But the school teachers themselves are having quite a time too with this, the classroom, the digital classroom stuff. And
yeah. Can you imagine how many emails your average teacher is getting in a day right now from parents who have questions
absolutely.
about this
Especially like
assignment?
Like these young, you know, the younger kids teachers, where the parents are having to do most of the, you know, submitting and all that stuff. I could just imagine it's a nightmare.
I've heard a lot of people make the comment over the last couple of weeks, something to this extent. They say, you know, you hear all the time that teachers deserve to make more money. I'm 100% behind that now. Like, you have a lot of parents going, man, I have 2 kids. I can't keep them 2 straight on the schoolwork. How do these teachers do this with 25, 30 kids in a classroom? So yeah, a lot of people are on the teachers need a raise bandwagon now that weren't necessarily on it a couple of weeks ago.
Yo, I agree. I agree completely. It takes a special kind of person to do that too. You know, I think the people that, you know, generally speaking, the teachers who teach for long periods of time and really enjoy it, you know, they're a special type of person. They have a special type of personality. And so where we're seeing, you know, the average Joe is not cut out for that kind of stuff. And so that's where, you know, gets to be a headache and a hassle.
Yeah.
But I mean, I agree. Teachers should make more money. I was married to one for a long time, and they definitely could use a raise.
I'm listening to you guys, but I'm also reading some of these comments. I'm concerned about Celine Driver and Jeff Webster. These guys think Adam Sandler and Will Ferrell are unfunny.
What?
What?
Huh?
Yeah, what's wrong with them?
Oh my God.
Lou,
Dude.
can I block a person in the comments for being comedically retarded?
I can't believe I'm about to say this because I hate when people say this, but they're usually wrong when they say it in terms of age frame. I don't think I'm wrong though. But to Jeff and Celine Driver, I just have 2 words for you. Okay, boomer. Real quick, thanks to everybody for tuning in this morning. We're glad to have y'all here. This is the Uncle Lou. No, this isn't the Uncle Lou show. This is the morning show with Uncle Lou and BVD. We do this show normally every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 a.m. This week we've done it all 5 days to well, let's just be honest, BVD. We've done it to capitalize on the fact that a lot of people are home that aren't normally home. Let's just, that's why we're doing it. So, anyway, we did it 5 days this week. I don't know what we're going to do next week. We'll see. But every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, usually at 8 a.m. this week, all 5 days at 8 a.m. Appreciate all y'all tuning in this morning. Don't forget about the nighttime shows I do here, Uncle Lou After Dark. I do that every Tuesday and Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern. Coming up tonight, we've got the playoffs continuing. If you don't know what I'm talking about or maybe never caught one of the night shows, we do several series of football playoffs during the offseason on the nighttime show. And what we're doing now is we're doing a playoffs called We Wish We Could Win a Natty This Century playoffs. And we picked basically the 4 teams that we as a channel, and we decided, I didn't pick these 4 teams, we decided them as a comment section basically. The 4 teams that have been the best this century, but have not won a national title this century. So the 4 teams we decided on were Georgia, Oregon, Wisconsin, and Notre Dame. Georgia and Notre Dame were the 1 and the 4 seed. They've already played, and Georgia won a close one. So Georgia has advanced. Coming up tonight, we have Oregon versus Wisconsin. So whoever wins that matchup will advance to take on Georgia in the championship round of the We Really Wish We Could Win a Natty playoffs on YouTube. And again, we'll be doing that tonight at 10 o'clock. Also, probably the most groundbreaking, interesting, entertaining, and honestly probably just the best thing ever to happen on this channel. After the football playoff game, Uncle Lou will be playing his viewers in chess. It's what everyone has been asking for and waiting on. We did it on Tuesday. Your boy Uncle Lou is 1-0. Shout out to Jordan Bowman. Hold your L proudly. Tonight, call-in show. Well, we'll probably do the same thing we did Tuesday. I'll say it's going to be a call-in show just to keep the trolls watching for the entire hour, but we probably actually won't take calls, just to let everyone know. But I'm going to say all during the show, yeah, we're going to open up the phone lines in just a minute. That's just to keep the trolls watching for the entire hour. And then at about 11, we'll do the playoff game. And then when the playoff game is over, I will be taking on viewers in the Uncle Lou Chess Challenge. That's right. Live chess on YouTube. Chess, of course, a thinking man's game. And when it comes to the internet, this channel is where thinking men gather. So what better way to take advantage of that than to play chess? And if you've never watched a computerized version of 2 strangers that you don't really know play chess, you haven't lived life. Check that out tonight, 10 p.m. right here on YouTube. And we're giving a shirt away at the end of the show today. If you want to get entered in the drawing for that shirt, just click the PayPal link in the description of this video or in the comments section as it gets posted from time to time. That will take you to the PayPal link. Every $5 gets you an entry at the end of the show, and we're going to give away a T-shirt, whichever T-shirts you want from the Uncle Lou store. So we've got the new 1980 shirts, we've got the traditional LouTube shirts, we've got the Uncle Lou TV repair shop shirt, whatever. If you win, I'll send you a link to the store, and you can check it out. Kendall J, you are entered. You are entered, sir. Thank you. He goes ahead and tells me his size too. He knows he's going to win. He says extra large Lou. Loving the daily thing. Keep it up. Go Dogs. Thank you for supporting the show this morning, Kendall J. I really appreciate it. What?
Wilkie, aka Waikiki, sir, you do not want to see Blue versus BBD in chess. Now, if he wants to get his ass kicked in checkers or tic tac toe, we can talk.
You know, I
You can
thought
tell there's
about
no
doing
sports on right now.
I thought about doing something like that. You know, we did chess the other night, but there are online versions of all of those games you mentioned: checkers,
Scrabble,
Connect Four, all that stuff. Yeah, so you know, I thought about incorporating that a little bit into the night. We'll see. I'm doing chess again tonight for sure because there was several other people the other night that wanted to play me. One in particular, I'm playing first tonight. He knows who he is. I hope he's ready to take a beating. Because I'm ready to dish one out. But anyway, that's the scoop there. Should we peruse the BVD archives?
Yeah, we had a question also about troll mamas.
Oh, you know, I thought about that. Here's the thing. There's certain information I can't give out because this isn't over. And I'm trying to think about what I can say without let me see. Oh, here you go. There's a rooster in the hen house. If that makes sense. And I can't ruin that. Because there's still more fish in the barrel.
Okay,
so
I got you. More work to be done.
As far as how it happened, how I came across this information, or whatever, anything like that, to get in touch with this troll's mother, I can't. I have to be careful what I say about that. You know, you can't. I can't divulge my sources, so to speak, but I think that's a pretty good analogy. There's a what is it? What's the saying? There's a rooster in the hen house. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a saying.
Yeah. There's a rooster in the hen house. So
I think that's even a country song.
Yeah. But I did talk to one of the Dirty Underwear Gang's mothers yesterday. Basically, well, hell. I got to be careful here, because I don't know if the same tactic will be used again or not. Okay, here's what all right. Here's what I'm going to say. One of the trolls was contacted yesterday by a lot of different people. And turns out he was pretty annoyed by it, which was not news to me, because I've been contacted by multiple people over and over and over and over and over and over again, hundreds of times an hour, almost every day for the last 3 or 4 weeks. So I was not surprised at all that this was annoying to the troll. But he was contacted multiple times and failed to heed the advice he was given. So his mother was contacted by the same people. And well, at first she thought it was one of her son's friends just messing around with her. But she quickly realized that was not the case. And once she was made aware of her son's online activities, she was besides herself, so to speak. You might even say she was at a loss for words. She wanted to know, was her son being was this some sort of a threat towards her son, she wanted to know. She was told no. It was not a threat. It was a favor. It was actually somebody doing him a favor by letting her know what this individual child was up to. It was suggested to her that she might consider some parenting, that he might be in need of some, and that he might have too much free time on his hands.
Nerve struck.
She tended to agree. At which point Uncle Lou got a bunch of text messages from this troll. And listen, you guys know how this, I mean, think back to when you were a teenager, okay? You never did anything you didn't get caught for, did you? So I had this particular troll dead to rights on one particular issue. There was no denying it. It was just, the proof was there. So, of course, when he was confronted by his mother, that's all he ever did. That one thing. That was it. Well, we all know that's not true. I know it's not. I know it's not true. I have 1,000 text messages a day and phone calls and everything else that says that's not true. We all know that's not true, though. That's just what he was caught on. So that's what he told his mother. I told his mother that's not the case. I told his mother what all he was involved in. And that kind of thing. But anyway, the troll sent me a bunch of text messages about how sorry he was, and he swears he only did that, and he didn't do this, and the other thing, and he doesn't like that the other ones are doing this, and this. But the problem it was basically the same story that the kid told me when I was on the way to his house. I don't even know anything about that. I only sent you one text message. Right. Yeah, okay. Yeah, now I'm 10 minutes from your house, and you're saying that now. That's not what you were saying 2 hours ago. So it's the same sort of thing. But he was sorry, and he was like, I hope you're happy. I'm in trouble now. And
I can just hear that.
And then he goes, and then he said, tell all those people that are texting me I'm blocking their number and not to contact me anymore. I promise I'm not watching you anymore. I'm not going to mess with you anymore. I'm not doing anything to your channel. I won't call you. I'm not doing this. I'm not, the same thing. When they get caught, it was all just a misunderstanding. They were just playing around, that's it. But his mom was legitimately pissed off at him. And unless she tricked me, which I guess is possible, unless this mom tricked me, then that kid has not had a pleasant time for about the last 24 hours now, because she was not happy at all. Like I said, then he sent me a bunch of messages basically apologizing. I only did this, I didn't do that, and that. But it's like I told him, and the next one that I catch, I'm going to tell him the same thing. Whoever I catch at any particular moment, at that point in time, they're 100% responsible for everything that's happened to me. That's how I approach the situation, and that's how I feel. And there's nothing I won't do. And I straight up told that mother, I'll have you. I said, listen, your son is underage. There's nothing anyone can do to him. So, no, this isn't a threat. But there are people around him and close to him that have things to lose. I'm talking to one of them right now. And this has to stop. Because I would have done whatever I had to do. There's another one, and that is next, whose mother works for the University of Georgia. And I have her Facebook information. I've got her employer information. I've got her email address. And if I hear from him again, then his mother's going to pay the price. And that was what was about to happen to this individual yesterday. But after talking to the mother, so like I told you last night, BVD, does this mean all this is going to stop now? No, of course not. But there's one less troll in that army permanently. I can guarantee you. That kid whose mother I talked to yesterday will not be back. I can guarantee you that. So that's the story, as much of it as I can tell anyway.
I think people get the general idea.
Yeah.
Did you get your spaceship started there, Gil?
Yeah, man. Sorry. Y'all could hear all that?
Yeah.
That damn flux capacitor.
My bad. I was starting two different vehicles.
All right, so can
Sorry.
we peruse the BVD archives now? I really want
Knock
to.
yourself out.
All right. If you weren't here in the beginning of the show, we do this thing on occasion here on the morning show where we will well, usually we call it like a moment in BVD history or a moment in LuTube history or whatever, right? Where we basically pull up an old video from either my channel or BVD's channel, and we play it, and we try to do one like from the current month that we're in, just so we don't end up replaying the same videos over and over again. And it's fun sometimes to go back and watch like videos that were made 5, 6, 7 years ago to see how much different we look and sound and the quality of the videos and all that kind of thing. But anyway, I'm doing something a little bit different today. I've got BVD's channel pulled up here, and what I did is I sorted it. I sorted all his videos by the most viewed. So I'm going to put it on the screen here. Hold on one second. Wait a minute. What the dope? All right, yeah. That seems like that should probably work. Yes, that worked. All right, so this is just BVD's YouTube channel. If any of y'all were to go to BVD's YouTube channel, this is what you would see. And right here, there's a sort by. And some people don't know this exists, but it does. If you go to someone's YouTube channel, see this sort by. You can go by most recent, obviously. That's the default view when you go to someone's channel. It'll show you their most recent videos, date added, newest. But you can also sort it by the oldest. So if there's a YouTuber that you watch and you say, I want to go back and watch his first video, you can sort by oldest and do it that way. Or most popular. We're doing most popular today. So here it is. These are BVD's most popular videos of all time. This is a football channel. Let's keep that in mind. Most popular video of all time, cow tipping.
This was not a football channel in the beginning.
Now, I want you to look. 1.1 million views. I can tell you right now, Uncle Lou doesn't have any videos that are anywhere near that. I've got one with, I think, 250,000 or some, around in there is my most watched video. 1.1 million people clicked on BVD's video called cow tipping. Amazing. Second most popular of all time. Also from 10 years ago. BVD, you had some serious bangers 10 years ago, buddy. BVD pisses on and burns Kiffin. This was a t-shirt, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. That was when he quit the team, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And Richard, no, I did not get paid off of the cow tipping. This was pre-monetization.
397,000 views on the BVD Pisses on Lane Kiffin video. 327,000 people have watched a video called Alabama Fan Gets Slapped in the Face. That might be the greatest YouTube title I've ever seen. I've seen these first two. I've never seen that one. So right now, my vote for which one we watch goes to Alabama Fan Gets Slapped in the Face. Number 4, Vol fan reacts to Alabama blocking the field goal. That was the Mount Cody?
Yep.
Okay. 276,000 people. Look at that, 10 years ago. Jesus. Number 5, all time on BVD's watch video list. 233,000 people have watched a video called My Boobs Fell Out.
That is a testament to clickbait right there, my friends.
Now, BVD was so successful with his initial cow tipping video, he decided to capitalize with a part 2 called Real Cow Tipping, finally, which, of course, you had to have seen the first one to really understand why this title was necessary for the second one. Lane Kiffin leaves Tennessee. Now this is weird to me. Why does a video called It's 10IC have 84,000 views? What is this video about, BVD?
A Florida game. Game.
Okay, that's why. Okay. Let's see. Oregon versus Tennessee. This looks like a pregame video, isn't it?
Which one?
Oregon versus Tennessee. Get
Yes,
loud, Neyland.
yes,
That must be a pregame
yes.
thing. Yeah. Now here's the 28-27 Florida Tennessee game from 2016. Is that right? 28-27. Florida beat you by
Yeah.
1 in the swamp. Yeah.
Yes.
That was the one where some Florida receiver caught a pass towards the end of the game, ran down the sideline and scored or something, right?
Yeah. Cleveland.
Georgia versus Tennessee, reaction to Eason miracle. This was the back-to-back Hail Mary game where Eason throws the 60-yard touchdown pass, and then Dobbs throws the 60-yard touchdown pass literally 30 seconds later to beat us. BVD, is this a third cow tipping video? Cow tipping an entire herd of cattle.
I don't even remember that one, to be honest.
Now, this is strange. Now, 10 years ago was the initial cow tipping video. 2 years later, you said, let me try this again, and you made real cow tipping finally. But now this one was just 6 years ago. Cow tipping an entire herd of cattle. So you've got cow tipping videos that span 6 years.
You know what that tells me, Lou? I'm long overdue for a cow tipping video.
Yes. Now here's one, 36,000. It's called A Lot of F-ing in this video. Explain.
No clue.
Oh, we might have to watch that one then.
I recognize the girl who has, since that picture, underwent several surgeries and looks totally different now.
Now here's one called Butch Jones Meets the Team. Now this is interesting.
That's just his, I guess, the first day when he flew in and addressed the team.
So was that? I wonder, will we hear, if we were to watch that video, would we hear things like brick by brick and all that kind of thing, or did that come later?
I think that I don't think he had stacked up a pile of bricks yet in that one.
Okay, so
he was compiling the loads of shit in that video.
now I can't see the comment section because I'm looking at BVD's YouTube channel, but BVD, I think you can. So, but which video do you guys want to see out of these that are on the screen? These are his top 10, 15, 20 videos, whatever it is of all time. What, according to the comment section, which one would they like to watch, BVD? Let us know in the comment section. You guys can go later and watch them all if you want. We're gonna pick one right now to play. So which one of these masterpieces do you guys want to see?
Let's see. Cow tipping, 28-27, Bama slap. Hey, Gil, can you mute your microphone? There you go. Thank you.
Sorry.
Slap Bama, Cody, base slap, cow tipping, Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee, cow tipping.
Let's do the Alabama fan gets slapped in the face. Now, is this clickbait? Let's find out.
I mean, you'll just have to.
Yeah, we're gonna find out.
It's like having a
It's a flea market video.
right here.
Okay.
Oh, I like the green
Gotta wait on the ad. We got BVD. Got to make his 3 cents here.
2.5.
Here we go.
How you doing? Good, man. All right. It looks like it's going to rain. What do you want for the hat?
I got 15 on it, but it's my last one. I take 10.
Shit, I wouldn't give $10 for that hat.
Why?
It's a Tennessee hat.
Why'd
I
you
give
ask?
you $2 for it.
Why did you ask?
Well, I was thinking about making a YouTube video where I, take a shit and wipe my ass with it.
Are you an Alabama fan or something?
Yeah, I hate Tennessee.
That's
I hate their fans.
cool. We hate Alabama too. So.
What are you trying to say, big boy?
I just think Alabama sucks.
I think you suck.
You're lucky I'm at work, right? Slapping little kids like you.
Shit, won't you do it? Shit, won't you do it?
It's a stop. Security.
Oh my God. Now, to me, anyway, clearly that was a skit or whatever, but it was still hilarious to me, and pretty good acting there, I think, too.
Yeah, that's my cousin. We have put some real winners out there. I can't stand him half the time because he pisses me off, but we're a good comedy team together sometimes.
I could tell right away that was a skit. So,
Oh, yeah.
So then the whole time, knowing the title of the video, I'm thinking, okay, what's really going to happen here? But you really slapped the hell out of him.
Oh yeah, we've got 2 or 3 videos like that where I slapped the shit out of him, and in every video I've had the privilege of smacking the hell out of him about 10 times.
So he don't ever want to slap you?
No.
How many takes did that take?
That one actually won.
Lucky for him.
Yeah.
That was good though. That was pretty good.
That's probably one of those you get whatever you get kind of takes.
Yeah.
I
He
mean,
got-
The first one of those we did was standing in my dining room, and it took us forever to make it because I kept cracking up at some of the shit he was saying, and the first 2 times I tried to smack him, I missed, and that one's actually probably a little bit better because I put outtakes in it.
I mean that was
And-
no.
I legitimately.
That was
Yeah.
no joke slap right there. That was
Nah, dude, his face was red for a couple hours after that.
yeah. He goes, actually, I was thinking about wiping my ass with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's not really an Alabama fan, or is he?
No,
Okay.
he's a Tennessee guy.
Yeah.
He's really a casual. Tennessee
don't you hate
fan.
those people though?
The casual fans?
Yeah.
No, because you get to slap the shit out of them every now and then.
Now
I
there's
guess if I got to slap the casual fans in my life, I'd probably like them a little better.
there's one point in
Yeah.
the video where like an actual customer walks up to the table while y'all are.
Oh! If you didn't see the old man standing off to the left when I smacked him, the look on that dude's face.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. Like, what were the other people around there, or I know that was something you did a lot back in the day, going to that flea market or whatever. So did people sort of know what you did, and so, or were there people standing around going, "Oh my God, this dude just
No,
slapped the hell out of that guy."
Yeah. These people had no clue what was going on. So, I mean, to them, it was
God.
The best
was
video the best video I ever did like that. Me and my friend from North Carolina, we went to a mall and we pretended. I don't know if I should say this or not. We pretended like we were a couple of gay guys having an argument in Spencer's, and the acting was terrible. The whole thing was terrible. But what was great were the looks on the people's faces around us. They couldn't. And the security guard threw us out of the mall, and that part of it was fun because just walking out of the mall, I was being a total smart ass to this guy, and it was great. Videos like that are fun, man. I miss doing videos like that.
I do too. I over the last couple of years, I've had to force myself to get into a routine. When I started doing this full time, and it became my my way to earn a living, I had to come up with a way to force myself into a routine. It's not easy to work from home. Everybody says, "Oh man, I wish I could work from home." It's not easy to work from home just because of the number of distractions that exist at home. I mean, but so I had to come
especially
up
during
with,
a quarantine, right?
yeah. So I had to come up with a routine, and that's why you see me do a lot of series of videos, right? Like the schedule previews or whatever, because I know every night when I wake up every morning, I already know what I'm doing that day. Just like someone who works at Walmart knows they're, when they go to bed at night, they know, okay, I'm working tomorrow from 9 to 2 or whatever it is. And so I had to force myself into like a schedule or a routine. And because of that, I've lost some of the more creative stuff that I used to do on the channel, because when I wasn't doing this all the time, then, if I felt like making a video one day, I would come out here, and because I felt like making a video, I would put, some thought into a skit or a storyline. Like I did this series one time called Lifestyles of the Lou and Famous, where I actually cooked a breakfast out here in the garage. Like I fried eggs out here on a hot plate and just weird stuff like that. And I miss some of that. I miss some of that from what I used to do, but that was great.
I've tried probably every. The old saying is true. If you try to make a viral video, it's going to be a flop. The ones that go viral are the ones that you just put together and have fun and don't think anything about it. But some of the how many thousand videos I've got up? 2,000, maybe 2,500. There's some videos in there that would probably shock people. And then there's some that's just completely and totally clickbait. Those usually never work either.
I remember, BVD, have you ever, this is the one we'll watch next time when we do mine, but do you remember the video I made called How to Take a Dump?
No, I don't. I don't remember that one.
It's Oscar worthy.
That sounds like an EDP video.
It's Oscar worthy. It's called How to Take a It's called How to Take a Dump at Someone Else's House. That's what it's called. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Is it on private right now?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to rectify that. I
Either
tell
that or send me the
I'll
link.
tell you what. I'm gonna play it tomorrow. So don't worry.
Okay,
I'm gonna
that'll
play
work.
it. Remind me in case I forget. I'm writing it down now in the thing for tomorrow. But in case I forget, remind me. But it was a great video, a great video. A skit, so
Yeah, oh yeah. Somehow, some way, we've got to figure out a way to do a skit video together.
Yeah. We'll make it happen. Anyway,
Have you seen the one I did before? I think it was before this last season about Tennessee football. I can't even remember the title of it. It's a great video that didn't do very well, and it's me and my cousin again. And we're sitting in front of the TV watching Tennessee games where they lose, and the idea is we're trying to figure out how to help Tennessee have a good football season. And it came down to me trying to shit out a penny. And I end up out in the back. You just have to see it. I thought it was one of the better videos I've done in a long time, but it didn't do very well.
Shout
I'll
out
try and find
to,
that.
shout out to Kevin C for supporting the channel, but mostly shout out to Kevin C for letting me know that on the schedule screen where I put up the schedule where we run the shows, it said Monday through Friday, and I had no idea. I had no idea. Forever,
Hey.
it said Monday, Wednesday, Friday forever, and I changed it
Right.
on the fly on Monday when I said, oh, yeah, we're doing a show 5 days this week. So while I was live streaming, I said, let me change this thing to Monday through Friday, and I did it so quick. Monday through Friday. So I'm changing that now. Thank you, Kevin C., for letting me know. He said #professional.
The S has the coronavirus, so it's on quarantine.
Yeah. So thank you for that, and you are entered in the shirt giveaway. And speaking of the shirt giveaway, by my time right now, and I know you watch on a little bit of a delay, but my time right now is 9:42. I'm going to do 5 more minutes, and then we're going to give the shirt away. So if you are not entered and you want to be, you have 5 minutes from now, which my time will be, it's 9:42 now. So at 9:47, I'm going to cut it off, and then we're going to give the shirt away. That's the plan. So BVD, Entertain the people. I'm going to start entering names in the random name picker thingy.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Entertain the people.
Ask
huh?
Michael.
That's-
Ask Michael some trivia or ask Michael some questions or something.
When was the last time Georgia won a national championship, Michael?
Can I say the F word?
Yeah.
I knew that was going to be the question.
Yeah, you're supposed to ask me when's the last time
Tennessee won the
Tennessee
SEC
beat Georgia. I thought it was going to be when was the last time Tennessee beat Georgia, beat Georgia. I don't know.
That
we
was
could
at
probably
home the last time Tennessee beat Georgia. Home for
We-
us.
yeah. Well, it was the Dobnail boot, wasn't it?
Yeah, the
Which-
Hail Mary.
Which actually I fucking hate that name, by the way.
I do too. I think you guys, that's a piece of shit name.
Yeah.
I know some. So I was of course a big Larry Munson fan, and I know these Tech fans that these guys. Let me tell you how just really screwed up Georgia Tech fans are. These guys get together on the anniversary of the death of Larry Munson and like have a drink and celebrate the death of Larry Munson. Like
And that's just a piece of shittery.
yeah, I mean, like, listen, I hate Florida fans. I mean, like, but that's just.
I'm not gonna say the Dobnail boot is a tribute to Munson, but on the flip side of that, it's not a knock on him either.
Sure.
That
Sure.
name has nothing to do with either way. Me personally, I love Larry Munson. He was, to me, him and John Ward were 1 and 2.
Yep. I like
Yeah.
John Ward. I really like John Ward. I like the fact that so when I truly became a college football fan,
Mick Hubert
like,
sucks, by the way, Celine Driver. That guy absolutely blows goat. Sorry, Gil, go ahead.
So I was like probably 13, 14 years old. And I specifically remember, like this was back in the Jefferson Pilot era, you know, when the early day games would be on the Jefferson Pilot station.
Yeah.
And like this was ESPN was around, but you know, college football wasn't like it is now. The college game day crew wasn't a big deal, and so like I remember like being a young teenager hanging out with my dad like in his shop, and we'd have the radio on Saturday for a noon game and just listening to Larry call the game, and the way, and John Ward was very similar in this aspect that like they put you in the stadium. I mean, the way that they called the game, and they were homers.
They didn't call games; they described games.
Exactly.
If you were a blind person, you could listen to them and feel like you were there.
That's right. And they were homers to a T. I mean, and you know,
actually, John Ward wasn't much of a homer, to be honest with you. Now, Larry Munson was. I mean, you knew which team was his, and you could tell because of his sidekick who
sure
John Ward was working for, but he didn't. I don't think he ever. I never heard him say "we" like Larry Munson.
Yeah.
Larry
would beg beg the team to, you know, all those hunker down one more time.
Yeah.
Calls that he, you know, like to me that just makes it that much better. I guess if I was a fan of another team or rival or something, I could see how that'd be a little frustrating, but that's just carrying things a little too far. I mean, that's like celebrating, you know, Aaron Hernandez Day or something like that. You know, that's just twisted.
Yeah, that is jacked up. But now the radio guys these days, you mentioned Jefferson Pilot. Our guy now, you probably don't even know who our radio guy is.
No, I don't.
And he's been doing it for since Ward retired, so he's been doing it over 20 years. It's Bob Kessling. He used to actually be one of those Jefferson Pilot TV guys.
I remember Bob Kessling.
Yeah. And he's a great broadcaster. I mean, he's professional. He's
what?
But he's still.
He's what though?
He's still a TV guy.
Yeah.
He actually is a professional, Lou.
Oh,
Something you and I wouldn't know anything about.
I thought that's what you said. What you said.
So I've got a question for y'all. I've got two things. One thing is I love the Monday through Friday format. I think if you guys can sustain that, I know there's a lot of factors that go into it, but as a fan of the show, I love the idea of it being on 5 days a week. I don't catch the nighttime shows as much. I work at a paper mill, and so I have
God bless you.
I have to be. Well, I don't smell it anymore. My kids, they're the ones who suffer because of it. But I don't even smell it anymore.
Do they make paper out of shit?
No, so as a part of the paper making process, and not to get too technical, but there are chemicals that are used in the process and that are byproducts of the process.
Right.
That and it's like methyl mercat. It's basically methane. That's what.
So they do make paper out of shit. I mean.
Well, I mean, it is one of the gases that are produced.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what you're smelling basically is the methane. And of course, we reuse it for other things in the mill. So it has a very distinct smell, and it's one that it's unique to each facility. Like the town that I live in has a paper mill and I work at a paper mill in another town, and like the one that's in the town I live in, it smells like shit to me. But the one that I work at, I don't even smell it anymore. So they're unique to each facility, depending on what kind of paper they're making. We make and so, which right now we're extremely busy. We make basically the inside and outside layers of cardboard, the brown paper. It's called liner board. But so right now with Amazon being as popular as it is, especially with everybody at home with nothing better to do than sit around and drink liquor and order stuff off Amazon they don't need. They keep us pretty busy, and I'm thankful for that. I'm not complaining about it at all.
Yeah.
I would much rather be doing this than be sitting at home.
Sure. Randall Anderson, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Randall Anderson in the comments asked if I've ever heard Eli Gold call a game.
Mr. Anderson.
Touchdown! Alabama!
Oh no,
it's Alabama. It's the Alabama guy. Eli Gold's the Alabama guy.
Horrible.
Well, I can't stand Eli Gold.
Oh no, I think he just died though, didn't he?
But I love his NASCAR when he does NASCAR.
Oh yeah.
T-shirt time.
I think it seems like the Auburn announcer recently passed away.
Yeah, he did. Him and his wife both were killed in a car accident.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I feel like shit now for saying I hated him, but he was the one that was like, touchdown Tigers, and it was really
touchdown Auburn.
Yeah.
T-shirt time though. Yeah. T-shirt time. Let me put this up on the screen. I've got all the names entered in. You guys who've been around know how this works. This is just a random name picker website. So what I do in this box right here, I enter all the names of everyone that's entered. I enter their name, the number of times that they're entered. So we'll use our buddy Celine Driver as an example here. He's entered twice, so his name is listed twice. The way this works, I click this green button that says pick a random name. The computer will automatically pick one of these names out of this list. I've double-checked and triple-checked like Santa Claus. The list is correct. Everyone's name is on here. You can see there. So what I need, we'll let Gil pick this, but Gil, pick a number 1 through 6.
4.
All right, so the fourth name is going to be the winner. Okay, so I'll click the button once. That person is not the winner. Twice, 3 times. The fourth time I click the button, that will be the winner. Here we go with the first one. 3, 2, 1, click. Celine. All right. That's the first. So you're not the winner. Number 2, 3, 2, 1, go. Bad Dog. Number 3, 3, 2, 1, go. Chris T.
Before you do this the fourth time, Lou,
Yeah.
what's the guy that won like 2 times in a row?
Chris Duncan.
Is he in here?
No.
Okay.
All right. So this one will be the winner. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, click. Kendall J. Congratulations, sir. You are the winner. Thank you for supporting the show, the channel, me and BVD this morning. We really, really appreciate it. That's to all of you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's to all of you for supporting the show. We really do appreciate it. But unfortunately, there can only be one winner today, and that person is Kendall J. But we do a couple of these giveaways a month. So if you didn't win
Let me
today,
guess.
good luck next time.
He entered once.
He entered twice. But
Okay.
but you're right, though. The last 2 times we've done this, the winner has been someone who only entered one time. This time it was someone who entered twice. So congratulations, Kendall J. If you will email me, crazyunclelou@gmail.com, we will get you set up. We'll figure out which shirt you want, what size you are, and we'll go from there. So again, congratulations, Kendall J. And thank you to everyone who chose to enter today. Kevin C., Kendall J., Bad Dog, Chris C., Alan V., Michael G., Chris T., Celine Driver, Timothy M., and Mitch all day. Big shout out to all you guys for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me and BBD. So thank you guys for that. Gil, are there any last words from you, sir, before we let you go and end the show?
Well, I just want to thank you guys again for having me on. I enjoyed it. It was everything I thought it'd be, maybe even a little better. Keep doing y'all's thing, man, especially right now with everything being out of commission. This is a much-needed escape from, the day-to-day shit that everybody seems to be going through right now. And there's a lot of value to that. And so for me, I can't speak for everybody, but for me, this is where I come to kind of, cleanse a little bit and try to get out of the chaos of everything that's going on. I was telling BVD earlier, the 5 days a week thing is awesome. If y'all can keep that up, that would be great. If not, I know there's a lot of things that go into something like that, but again, thank y'all for having me today. I appreciate it. Y'all stay safe, and we'll holler at y'all next time.
All right, Gil, thanks
Appreciate
for coming
you,
on.
Gil.
Yeah, we really appreciate it, and we look forward to having you on again at some point in the future. Thank you, sir. Really appreciate it. So now we know more about Michael Gill from the comments section, BVD. I thought that went pretty well.
So far, they've all gone well.
Yeah. It's been good. Don't forget, if you're interested in being on with me and BVD one morning, just give us an email. The show has its own email address. It's louandbvd@gmail.com. Just shoot us an email. If there's a particular day of the week that works better for you, let us know that in the email, and we'll do our best to let you know what the schedule looks like and when we can get you on. So again, shout
Who
out.
we got for tomorrow?
Put you down for tomorrow?
No, I said, who have we got for tomorrow? I don't have anybody on this calendar here.
Yeah, let me go ahead and fill you in here.
You told me
We've got
somebody.
some
I know we
breaking
got
news.
Carter. We got Carter Monday.
Yeah, Celine Driver tomorrow. Okay. Monday is Carter. Wednesday, Chess Hall.
Oh, we finally got him on?
Yep. And next Friday, Nick DTV.
So we got, let's see, Chevy Driver tomorrow.
Yep.
I got you, Carter, Chess,
Nick,
and then
Nick DTV on Friday.
Yeah.
That's April 3rd. And then the following week, we have Ruben T on April 6th and Bad Dog on April 9th. Tune in for that.
Actually, the Bad Dog is April 10th.
It is?
Yeah,
You
I
sure?
think he changed it.
Oh, he changed it to Friday?
I'm pretty sure.
Mm.
Mad Dog, let us know in the comments. I thought you said to change that to the 10th. Yeah, I can't.
Whatever day it is, we will make whatever changes need to be made. Because
Mad Dog, you can come on the 9th and the 10th if you want.
yeah. So
Let's see. I got him on the 10th. Who did you say is on the 6th?
man, really, really, I gotta keep saying the same things over and over again. The
Yeah,
6th is Ruben T.
Yeah.
So, hey, shout out to you guys for tuning in this morning. I had a great time again, per usual. And man, I think I have some great news here. I heard the UPS man pull up and leave a few minutes ago, and I heard my dogs going nuts inside, which means they dropped something off. And I have some great news. You guys may have heard me say this before. I ordered a pair of shoes, custom made, about 2 weeks before the about 2 weeks before the whole coronavirus thing started. Not here, in China, before it ever started in China. I ordered 2 pair of shoes, actually, one for me, one for my daughter. My daughter's pair came in like a week or so after I ordered them, but mine didn't. So I sent an email, what's going on? They emailed me back, and they said, your shoes are being made to order in Wuhan, China, and the factory where they're made has been quarantined. No workers are allowed, blah, 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 so it's going to be a while before you can get your shoes. This was several months ago. And anyway, I got an email from UPS a couple of days ago that it was on the way. The package had cleared customs here in the States, and it was on the way. And I just heard the UPS man, so I'm hoping that my Wuhan coronavirus shoes have arrived, which will be sprayed down
go out
with
there and
Lysol.
get those things.
They're going to be sprayed down with Lysol, and I got to put my suit on and everything, even to open the box, BVD. So
Okay, video coming later.
yeah, how to check a box from Wuhan, China during coronavirus. So
Yeah, that's got to
keep that in
happen.
mind also and too. So big shout out to everybody for tuning in this morning. Though a lot of you stuck around to the end too. So Nick DTV, Kevin C, Celine Driver, Bad Dog, Mike Reiser, T-Train, sorry about that, Trucker Tim, Snake Spence, Dago, Jerome, Pruitt, NASCAR Vol, Mike Reiser, Gator Hater, whoa, I just had, what do you call it when you get dizzy for no reason?
Brain fart?
No, when, vertigo. Jordan Bowman, thank you for tuning in, the Glitter Gator, TR Sports, Richard Holton, Bears, Cubs, Canes, Melissa May, Waikiki. Appreciate all you guys tuning in this morning. We're going to turn around and do it again tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Make sure you tune in if you can. We're looking forward to it. My show tonight will start at or around 10 p.m. Eastern. See you there, hopefully. Come join the fun if you can. All right, BVD. That's it for today, ain't it?
That's it, man.
All right. Well, again, appreciate you guys tuning in. And I'll see you tomorrow. Moaning.
See you tonight and tomorrow.
Yeah, tonight, 10 o'clock on YouTube.
Where BBD kicks Uncle Lou's ass in checkers.
Yes!